Hi, everybody. Welcome to Queers and Soaps. I'm Tommy, and tonight I'm joined by Derek
Hey, everybody.
and Eric.
Hi guys.
You don't make up fun names anymore, Eric.
You know.
we're back for our coverage of General Hospital in 1993, the Brenda Years. So I'll roll the credits and we'll get right into it. I guess we could talk about the teens first, since their story was kind of condensed.
Brenda says, see you next Tuesday.
But she's so bad.
I am not a fan of hers. Ooh.
Well, first of all, she has this bad perm-looking thing going on with her hair.
Yeah.
Did they make her do that to make her look more bitchy?
Maybe. So Jagger's been kicked out of school, and I forgot why, but then I kind of pieced it together. It was because he got into that fight defending Karen after the new photo thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it came back to me.
And we found out he was 19 too, isn't he? So I guess he got delayed in school.
He got kicked out before, and then he went back.
Okay.
I think. Yeah.
Oh,
That explains that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, somebody mentioned that you're only 19. And I was like, oh, he's supposed to be 19. All right.
So I guess he's a senior? Or he's supposed to be?
Yes.
They're all seniors, well, except Robin. Jesus.
Except Robin. Yeah. So he's back at the school cleaning out his locker, and Brenda's, playing all like, no, it's cool that we broke up. We could still be friends. Like, how does Karen feel about this? Like, bitch. And he leaves. Is this when he left Karen the note in her locker?
No, Ruby gave it to her.
Oh, Ruby gave her the note. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So then he goes to work at Ruby's because he doesn't have school. And I thought I don't know what like Brenda's gonna do, because Jason, I was gonna call him by the actor name. Jason's like all over Karen, still all coupley. Brenda knows that why Jagger broke up with her, and I'm like, when is she gonna drop this bomb?
Mm-hmm.
I have a feeling it's gonna happen at this dance that they've been talking about.
Most likely.
So she's playing, fake nice. Jason thinks she's playing real nice, but Karen. And she brings Karen up on the news that Jagger's been kicked out of school. So Karen goes running to Kelly's. I love how these kids could just leave campus whenever they want. Even though
yeah, right.
School.
I don't remember what they said. Did he like push her away because he saw her with Jason and he's like doesn't think she's ever gonna break up with him?
Yeah, kind of. But he kind of was like over it. Yeah.
So that's when he decides he's gonna leave town and he writes the note.
Yeah, but I also think he wanted. He didn't think Karen was good enough for him, so I think that's also why he's leaving, because
he didn't think Karen was good enough for him.
Yes.
Oh
no, he didn't think. Sorry, he was good enough for Karen. That's
I was like, oh, I missed something.
Oh yeah.
I like how Ruby's like his mama.
Yeah, I love that. I love like when he would call her, he's like, I miss you, I love you. I was like, oh, that's actually really cute.
Yeah.
So
sad and broody.
Brenda's very suspicious because she doesn't know that there's a note, but I guess she suspects there's a note because she sees Karen reading something by her locker, and then she just kind of like pushes it in.
It's really weird how Brenda always sees things like that. Like she's
all like,
mind your business, Brenda.
Seriously.
On the flip side, though, I do like her and Robin's friendship. But I'm like, ooh, Robin, watch your back. She's not nice.
She never does anything to Robin that I know of.
Well, that's good.
Robin doesn't. Robin doesn't want her man.
So. I know that she does kind of inadvertently get Robin in trouble when Robin wants to see Stone and she's like helping her sneak around.
Mm-hmm.
But it's out of the kindness of her heart.
Yeah.
So does Brenda get her hands on the note? Yes, she does.
Mm-hmm.
Because doesn't she quote it to Karen?
I don't know how she got the combination, but she gets the combination somehow, and
maybe when she was like looking over her shoulder, she was taking down the combination.
Yeah, that's probably what it was.
Yep.
Yes, she must have great vision because I wouldn't be able to see that.
Right.
Seriously.
I'm sure there was something we missed. There was probably like a scene where she like was glancing and saw her, or maybe we're just supposed to believe Brenda's just a superhero. I don't know. So yeah, she like quotes the note, and she, they get into their little banter about you're the reason why Jagger broke up with me, and Karen's like he didn't want to be with you, and she's like you're in love with him, you're gonna hurt Jason, blah 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 blah, whatever.
I wanted her to smack Brenda at that moment.
I did too. I was like, ooh,
I was like, ready for a swing slap. Slap her in the face.
Yeah. Or punch her even.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I felt like that was coming because you could see the frustration in Karen, and I just know that it's just gonna like boil over.
And Brenda taunted her, like, "Are you sure you want to get dressed here?" And she's like, "Yeah, I don't see a camera anywhere."
Yeah.
And she's like, "Oh my gosh, you're still blaming me for that."
Right? Yeah.
Well, no, specifically, she said, "I don't see you with the camera, so I should be good."
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, girl.
Wondering why Jagger hasn't gone off on Brenda about that, because he knows that it was Brenda who took the pictures of Karen. I know he knows, and he never says anything to her.
I feel like he kind of mentioned it last time, but she denied it. Not this time. Denied it like she's been denying it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's just gonna deny it, which is probably why he'll get nowhere with it. So.
Yeah.
Probably why.
So he decides to go back to like the area where they got stuck when he took Karen to go for a college interview.
Mm-hmm.
And he just kind of wanders in and is looking for a job.
Yes.
Starts working on this car and he gets the job. And the guy seems to have like a cabin or something that's vacant. He's like, let me just get the electricity turned on and you could stay there.
How convenient.
Like, how easy.
Yeah, right. Life was so easy in 1993.
This kind of bleeds into other stories, but I got a chuckle even though it wasn't funny when I Will Always Love You was playing while he's like working on the car. I'm like,
yes. Yeah, that was so weird, but then it led to like other couples and stuff.
Yeah, which it fit more, but it was just weird.
Even I thought that was crazy because that was so huge then. Like Bodyguard came out in November 92 and this was January 93, right. So I can't believe it's so weird to me like how they could have the music for it, but I guess maybe ABC has a connection to the Bodyguard, like because they played a couple of the songs from there.
I was thinking about that. I was like, it's either A, they didn't pay the music rights and they were like, whatever, it's only going to air once and that's it, and
right,
just did it. Or maybe music rights weren't as strict as they are now. Maybe there weren't like things worked out in contracts for music rights back then.
Maybe, because like you said, it's only supposed to air once.
Because I feel like the first time I ever heard anything about like music rights or like people sharing music was Napster, when like Metallica was like suing Napster for their music.
Yeah.
And that was like 99, 2000. So maybe there wasn't like strict music laws back then.
Guess not.
But anybody know? Please comment and let us know.
Yeah.
There was no
Somebody had to get sued.
There was no SoapNet so that we can compare if they took the song out.
Right.
So even later, like Brenda's like hanging out at Kelly's and he calls Ruby and she's like eavesdropping on the phone conversation, and Ruby takes down the address of where he's staying, and like Brenda like spills her drink so that Ruby has to like go in the back and get towels to clean up, and she takes the address down.
Yeah.
I'm like, why are you going to go to him? He broke up with you. He doesn't want to be with you. What are you hoping to accomplish from this?
Yeah, just like I said earlier, why is she always like lurking around at the right time to try to cause trouble? Like, I don't get it.
And doesn't she like blame Karen for him leaving too? She's like, it's your fault he left. Like,
Yeah, she did.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So she thinks like now he's prime, like he's good for her now. I'm like, what is wrong with you, girl? But I guess the young, naive, she's supposed to be what, 16, 17, 18? 18, I guess.
Yeah.
Having
7.
sex. I don't know. I don't know how she's supposed to be.
A senior, so probably 17 or 18.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think she's 18 because I feel like they make a point when she turns 18.
Okay.
She gets her inheritance or something. So then she makes her way to the mechanic shop. And the guy's not really giving her much information, but he's like, there's not much traffic around here. He's like, I'm sure if you just like follow the bike tracks in the snow, it'll lead you to him.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like,
She's a private detective. Like, she really knows what it is.
Seriously.
Very resourceful for a 17-year-old.
She's like, she would be like that girl or guy or person nowadays that's like, all I need is a first name. I'll find them on social media. Don't worry.
Yeah, right. Seriously.
So we see Jagger at this cabin, I guess, and he's just like sleeping on the floor reading a book.
Mm-hmm.
Something I also noticed while he was working on the car. What is the name of that song? Take a Look at Me Now, or
Phil Collins, that
Yeah.
song.
Yeah.
That song?
Mhm.
Yeah.
That was playing, and I know it was probably the lead into the flashbacks, but again, awkward song for him to be working on the car too.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But yeah, they had a lot of music back then.
Yeah, they really did.
So that was kind of it for them, except Jason is like being very affectionate at school, and Karen's kind of like feeling weird about it because of Jagger and because of the photo, because he was like kissing her neck.
Mm-hmm.
He says to her that they're going to be the king and queen of the dance.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And I, like her, was questioning, how do you know that already? Don't people have to vote for that?
Right.
Yeah.
Already counted.
And he's like, well, one couple's on the verge of breaking up, and I'm like, well, same. You guys are almost there, but you don't know it. And the other one owes him a favor for getting him on the football team, I think. So he's going to drop out. So that automatically makes them the winners.
I was thinking, I'm like, are we gonna have like a Chloe situation from Days, like with Brenda and Karen planning something on that day? I feel it coming.
Is there any videotapes? Is there any videotapes? Could Brenda have pictures of Jagger and Karen kissing that she could like?
I don't think so.
Post at the dance.
No.
Yeah, but what would that really do? It would break up Jason and her.
Yeah. I'm sure Brenda's going to do something. I just feel it in my bones.
Me too.
So then, why do I always figure out Rhonda, Karen's mom, can tell that she's all bummed because Jagger left town, and she's just like, fix your face. Jason's rich, make it work with him, use him for all you can.
Rhonda didn't like her with Jagger anyway. She's like, don't go with that boy. Like,
do you think Rhonda wants her to have the quartering money? And she's
yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
If they could get married right now, she'd let them get married.
Yeah.
She'd sign away the rights to the child, let her marry him.
and Jason actually is a nice kid, so it's not like she's pushing her on like a bad kid for it.
No, but
he's really good.
She just sees the benefits of her dating him because he's rich. So
I had an AJ mention. I'm like, oh man, is he coming back? Right down.
Rhonda's hair looked very messy, and I was like, "Ooh, girl, you drinking already?" Like I wasn't sure like if we were at in that.
She did look like she was.
So Karen's like, maybe I should just tell Jason. She's like, you figured it out that I like Jagger, and Brenda figured it out. Well, she said a girl at school.
Yeah.
But we know she meant Brenda. She's like, apparently it's written all over my face. She's like, no, Jason doesn't see it because he doesn't like want to see it.
Mm-hmm.
So then Jason shows up, and he's like, "Oh, Rhonda, did you hear we're gonna be king and queen of the dance?" And she's like, "Oh, that's great." Karen looks miserable. Never mind being able to read that she likes somebody else. She just looks like so awkward and just like doesn't want to be in this relationship.
It's
sad because, like we said, Jason's nice and he deserves somebody nice.
Yeah, for right now.
Yeah.
In 1993, he does.
Yeah.
I kind of want Robin to get what she wants, but I know he won't date her because she's too young.
Not till he's Jason Morgan.
And they're both adults, right?
And now he's dating her mom in 2024, so it's fine.
It's all good.
I know I've heard people on other podcasts say like they know that Kimberly McCulloch doesn't really want to act anymore, but like, can she just come back for like a day or two just to react to the fact that
her mom's dating her old friend? Yeah.
Like, get her on
can't
Zoom.
They just, I don't know why they can't recast her. I'm like, I get it. It's a legacy character, but if she doesn't want to return, why not? They recasted Jagger. Like, why not?
Well, look how that turned out.
So I guess that's pretty much it for the teens, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
All right. Dominique.
Oh.
So did she pass out, or was that late after the fact?
That was later.
Okay.
She was having headaches.
She was having headaches, so Tony wants to do some tests. He wants her to have a CAT scan, I think.
Yeah.
And she does, and he sees a spot on her brain. And I think he says tumor. I don't think he necessarily says cancer. I think he just says tumor.
Yeah, it's a tumor.
So she's like, so what are my options? She's like, chemo. She's like, surgery. And he says it's inoperable because of it's like embedded in her brain. She's like, yeah, but you hear all the time people like will lose like one function on one side of the brain and the other one picks it up. And he's like, no, that's not how that works.
Does he have a connection to Dominique? Like, it seemed the way he was talking, like I think they're cared about her. Just friends.
Okay.
Yeah, when he was like telling her the news and like tears were running down his cheeks, I'm like, this feels unprofessional. Like, your doctor shouldn't be sobbing while he's telling
Well, I mean, you're telling somebody, I mean, it's good that he has a heart. Like, you're telling someone they're dying, basically. Like, it's awful.
Yeah, see, I really like Tony, especially since I saw BJ's Heart Story, and I like him here. But I hear he takes a turn for the worse, and I'm just like, I don't want that for him. And I've seen him die. But like,
right. I said that too. Like, I'm like, I remember I didn't like Tony because when I first started watching it was the whole Carly sleeping with Tony, Bobby thing. So I was like seeing him like this. Yeah.
So yeah, so I was watching this. I've been watching things like with the speed a little bit faster just to get through it faster. And so when she flat out asked him, "Am I dying?" and went, "Yeah," like he was just like, "Yeah," like I was like, "Oh, that's really insensitive."
Yeah.
He was having problems saying it.
So he says she has like around 6 months to live.
I know. I'm like, damn, that's so short.
So I'm like, we just finished January. I'm like, this feels like it could be a sweeps death. So I'm like, May, unless they want to soap opera time and make it November, but that feels too long. And then you told today, Derek, that her last air date's in May. So I'm like, May sweeps death.
May sweeps.
But I'm like, that's only 4 months away. How do we get Serena?
You know how.
But like, is she not going to ever get to meet Serena in person?
Never met Serena. No.
Oh, only as an angel. Damn.
No, I won't tell you because I'm not going to spoil it. But it's when she dies, it's very sad.
It's being really. That's one of the really well written ones. I feel right now. Like,
very well
we're doing a great job.
Have you seen it, Eric?
No. I know things, but I just don't know. I didn't know how it came about.
And you
said, I'm like, here we go.
Eric, you said she was already gone when you started watching?
She had just left.
Oh, okay.
But I heard I remember hearing what happened, but yeah.
That makes sense because you watch it in the summer usually, so more so.
Yeah.
Oh my god, this is gonna destroy me probably.
It is.
I don't want to watch it, to be honest, because I'm gonna be really sad. I really like Dominique.
Yeah, I do too.
I know, me too. I was surprised because I didn't think I'd be a fan, but I am.
So then after she finds out the diagnosis, she's trying to figure out a way how she's going to tell Scotty. She runs into Lucy. They have their banter, and then she passes out.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And Lucy, she doesn't have to, but she tells Lucy what's going on. Or does Lucy find out? Yeah.
Well, Lucy takes her to the hospital, or Lucy calls for help, and then they go to the hospital, and then Lucy makes that comment like, "Oh, it's not like you have a brain tumor or something." And then Dominique looks at her, and she's like, "Oh, you do."
Well, doesn't Lucy go first be pregnant?
Yeah, she thinks she's pregnant.
Yeah.
Yeah. Before, yeah. And then at the hospital, she was like, "Yeah." And then she like.
It was a good moment for them. I really liked those scenes.
Yeah.
So now their relationship has totally flipped.
Yeah, and now they're keeping the truth Scott.
They're keeping a secret. Lucy's genuinely concerned about her and Scott and how she's.
It humanized Lucy a little bit because Lucy, you know, how she is being.
But I feel like Lucy's always had that side to her. She just also has like that petty, like
selfish
side of her.
Yeah.
It's so weird to see Lucy romantically interested in Scott because for me it's always been Lucy and Kevin, and I've never seen that attraction to Scott.
You know what vibes I was getting? Kimberly, Melrose Place, and Kelly Rutherford, Megan. Yeah. I was getting that vibe like when she was sick.
That's kind of what it is, to be honest.
Yeah.
Oh, you said Kimberly, and I thought Sydney. I'm like,
Marsha Cross.
I'm like, Sydney and Megan weren't friends. I'm like, what are you talking about?
Weren't friends.
Wrong redhead.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh. So
yeah, it was sad.
I guess Scott wants to renew his wedding vows to her properly in a church. I got a little chuckle when they first came in. They were like tiptoeing in, and they get in like front of the altar, and at first he just kind of nods.
Yeah. I like how he was whispering everything. He's like, "We're gonna get married here, and we do this." And I was like, "Okay, buddy."
Is that the same church that Brenda got left at?
I didn't put that together. I don't know.
I have no idea.
When they were sitting in the pews, it looked like the one that she was in when Sonny got shot in 2002.
I would assume probably because they only have like that one set, but that's the only reason I'm thinking.
Probably. They're not gonna have multiple.
We have 4 churches. You can pick one.
So he's going on and on about he wants to have a proper wedding and what he wants to say, and Dominique's crying and he doesn't know what's wrong, and that's how that kind of ended.
She doesn't want to break him, which is why she doesn't want to tell him. But I'm like, girl, you don't have long.
You have 4 months now.
Time is ticking.
And that's if you stay till May 31st.
Right.
So I don't think you do. So Marco's like working at the spa as a masseuse.
Oh, Marco. He's everywhere, isn't he?
I guess before we get into Marco, we should talk about Tracy and Paul and Jenny. So Lila wants to have a family dinner. She can't remember the last time they had family dinner. They think maybe Christmas. And Ned's like, I think Mother was in a bad mood. And Edward was like, which time?
Right.
Like, that could be any time.
Lila's so cute.
Monica and Alan got a letter from AJ from rehab that he's up from like 5 a.m. or it was early. It was like 5-6 a.m. to
doing rehab stuff.
Yeah, doing the meetings. And Lila like wants the address so she could write to him. And I thought it was like a sweet soft moment because Edward says, I'd like to say a few words also. I was like, oh, that's nice. I didn't know.
Unless he's gonna write him. Get together, get back here.
Stop
Such
fucking
a good
around.
grumpy old man. Yeah.
So Paul shows up with Jenny.
Ow, fuck.
Is this after?
Sorry.
Is this after
Ow.
Tracy changed the locks at the office and had all his stuff removed?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So yeah, so she changed the locks, had all his stuff put out in the hallway. He's evicted from his offices. So now, does he think he's going to take the child, or he's just going to visit the child whenever he wants?
He's just going to visit. Yeah, he's just going to visit.
So he shows up with Jenny. Tracy is like livid that he has the nerve to show up with his mistress, as she calls it. Lila's happy to see Jenny. I like that she's very civil, and she's like, I miss you. I'm sorry things didn't work out.
Right.
Well, remember, Jenny when Jenny left the house, that's the only worst person she wanted to see was Lila. She's like, I just want to say bye to Lila, and I'm out. Like,
yeah, right.
Could care less about Edward. Obviously, he's a miserable old
man. Tracy pretty much threatens. She's like, if you keep flaunting your mistress in my face, I'll be forced to start a custody suit to keep you from seeing your child or whatever.
Of course.
But then, so Tracy ends up at the spot. Is it just because she heard Paul was going to be there and she wants to spy on Paul and Jenny?
That I was wondering too. He just kind of happened to be there. Or maybe she heard Paul had an appointment or something.
Because she's in there in a towel with Marco, but Marco's not massaging her, and she's like, "Oh, Marco, you have wonderful hands." Like she's like shouting it, like making it sound like she's having the best massage of her life.
Right. It's weird.
It's weird.
Yeah.
She's acting very pathetic.
But I like it. Not that she's pathetic, just like, I don't know. Her obsession with Paul is funny to me.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Well, look at him. Look at Paul Satterfield.
I mean,
which,
thank you for showing you in your tail, Paul Satterfield. Yeah. I was like, don't let him put on that robe. Why would you do that?
I randomly came across a Seventh Heaven reaction video, like somebody watching it for the first time, and I forgot Paul Satterfield was on Seventh Heaven as like a teacher that may be inappropriate with Mary.
Oh, really?
He was like her basketball coach or something. Because they showed a clip of him, and I was like, oh shit! I was like, this must have been after Pacific Palisades ended.
Yeah, probably.
I forgot Seventh Heaven was the Aaron Spelling show. So there you go.
Yeah.
He went Savannah, Pacific Palisades, Seventh Heaven. That was his trajectory.
He knew how to use his hotties in his shows.
So at the spa, Jenny, Paul, Marco, Lucy, and Tracy get into like a mud mask fight. And I don't know what those masks are made of, but I saw Tracy and Jenny kind of like lick it off their finger or whatever. And I was like, is that edible? Like, are you supposed to be doing that? Is it chocolate?
They might have made it chocolate, so they can't do that, I guess.
And Lucy, of course, she's there, but she gets caught in the middle, so she gets splashed, and she's all like,
So funny.
Felicia has her not her trial date, I guess, her hearing for what her punishment's going to be.
Her 5-episode goodbye. I'm like, oh, guess she's going now. Nope. Guess she's going now. Nope.
So Mac at one point suggests that they leave town. I'm like, and she's like, no, we can't do that. I was like, why? You've been doing that the whole time. Like, you always leave town.
Yeah, it didn't go the way I thought it was going to go. I thought they were going to go on the run, but maybe he's going to break her out of the mental institution. I don't know.
Yeah, so that ended up being, well, she had her long goodbye. She tried to prepare Maxie for not seeing her for a while. And the hearing, she didn't get jail time. She was put in a mental institution.
For like 15 years.
They didn't even mention parole or anything like that, I don't think.
No, they said if she became sane, she had to finish out her sentence in
prison.
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought that was really smart of Ryan because I didn't think of it. And I'm like, you know what? Ryan has access. to mental facilities.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
That's why he wants her in a mental facility, because if it was prison, he probably wouldn't be able to get to her. And I'm like, holy shit, I didn't even think of that until it was happening. And I was like, that's why he went on the stand and was saying that, to get her in a mental facility. He's fucking nuts.
So I was going to text you, Derek, but I thought I would just save it for the podcast. Did you recognize the judge?
The judge?
Me or Derek?
Derek.
I thought you said Eric.
Yes, I can't place the judge. I couldn't place him.
He played AC Slater's father on Saved by the Bell.
Oh my god! Wow, that's so funny.
Saved by the Bell.
Which, speaking of, we saw Jenny and Bill's mother from Saved by the Bell again.
Yeah. Angela.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Carol Lawrence. Right.
So, in the mental facility, one of the first people to like befriend Felicia. I've seen her in like so many things. She's a character actress. She's just been in everything.
Yeah, you know her, the heavier lady, right?
Yeah.
You don't recognize her from Days of Our Lives?
Yes, I remember her playing.
Yeah. Chloe's Juilliard teacher.
Yeah, but
yeah.
She was also in the pilot of True Blood. She's like in the first
I
scene
didn't
of True Blood. Did you see True Blood, Dark?
No.
Oh. Well, she's been
two people. Tommy had to put me in my place when I didn't see it. Because you never saw True Blood? I'm like, no. Gosh.
But there is a legitimately crazy person who is like, are you one of the witches from like Wizard of Oz? Like, no, not a witch.
Are you a witch or a bad witch? You have to be one or the other.
Felicia's like, neither.
And then
the
she's
lady
like,
looked familiar too. I couldn't place her, the one that was coming after Felicia.
And then she was like, are you the dog?
She did.
She's like, nope, not a dog. And then she's like, you took my ruby slippers. I'm gonna come and get you, whatever. And the face that Christina Wagner was making looked like, if this bitch does not leave me alone, I'm fucking her in the
She really did. She did. I thought she was like gonna scream or like break down, but she
just looks so annoyed, like, this bitch better get out of my face before I hit her.
Yep.
So she ends up calling Mac. Robin picks up from the mental facility. And I thought it was very dangerous for them to have a landline wired phone just in the middle of the room. That feels like a hazard for people.
Right.
I didn't know she had phone privileges yet. Didn't they say when she got there?
Never mind that she didn't have phone privileges, but like just to have there where somebody could strangle somebody or hang themselves.
Yeah. That was bizarre to me too.
Phones at this point in life.
Right. It was really weird.
I think I could have fun with this facility if they sprinkle in like the actual crazy people around Felicia.
Before she went to this mental facility, I liked what she was saying on the stand too. She's like, I did all this stuff and they didn't believe me. Like she had like a believe me speech. And I was like, that's so true. Like, how did we get to this point? Like no one believed anything, but they all believe Ryan. Like how did that make her look crazy? Like, it's bizarre to me too.
As she was getting ready to go to the hearing, the Child Protective Service lady showed up, and she knew about Bobby's past thanks to Tiffany. So they had their little, scuffle at the hearing, and Sean had to break them up. And Bobby was like, I'm not done with you.
Good for Bobby. I'm glad she stood up for herself.
Yeah.
Me too.
Because I'm not happy with Tiffany right now.
Marco was watching a movie and he asked, I think Lucy or Tracy if he's ever heard of Tiffany Hill or whatever. He saw a movie with her in it.
Right. Bobby hired him as her private investigator.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I said. Like Marco was everywhere. Now he's in these Bobby scenes. I'm like, damn. He gets around for being there a year. What's that?
He's the jack of all trades. He does it all.
Yeah, right.
I
like that he praises himself as a good detective too. That was funny.
I mean, he'll be Sonny's employee soon. He's going to be doing it all.
Somebody's posting
last a year.
Yeah.
Somebody's posting old One Life to Live clips from like the late 70s to early 80s. And I saw him in the thumbnail and he had hair. And I was like, this feels weird.
Not right. Yeah, it was a huge part of One Life to Live.
Yeah. Who am I forgetting?
Julia Ned.
The
I
whole
was gonna
time,
say
I'm like, this isn't gonna last. Because I know what's her name, Catherine Bell shows up soon, like in a year or two. Or
sooner
this
than
year.
that.
Yeah, this year maybe. And then after that, Lois. So I'm like, this isn't a long-term thing. I was like, he's treating Jenny like shit. I was like, God knows how he's gonna treat Julia and how this is gonna end.
Right.
All they do is have sex. Like, that's all they do.
And
I hate seeing him happy. It was annoying. I want him to be miserable.
Yeah, I have like a
I
really
didn't like the way he talked to Jenny's mom. Like, that was rude.
Yeah, he's just an asshole. And I don't like feeling this way about Ned.
Yeah, like Jenny's mom didn't do anything to you. Why are you being such a dick?
I actually fast forwarded them two at the cabin. I was like, I don't even want to see them. Like,
well, they ran into the senator again. The one, and I guess that
the guy from Days of
Who threatened the senator with the tape? How did he get the tape? No, Ned gave him the tape, and Ned threatened.
Ned, yeah, he's blackmailing.
He calls Jenny, and he's like, "You need to do something about your husband." She's like, "Well, he's not my husband anymore."
Right.
Can't do anything. Yep.
Yeah.
And I think it was Ned that had the flashback of him confronting Jenny about it.
Yeah.
There were a lot of flashbacks, I feel like.
What does Ned want from him?
He wants something passed, like a bill or something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I don't know the exact date, but we're closing in on Sean Kanan coming because we finished January and he comes in February. I don't know if it's the middle of February, end of February, but we're closing in on it. Oh, I guess we have to talk about Bill, Holly, Halifax.
Wait. Can we talk about Bobby and Tiffany at court when they got like taken out of court? They were going at each other. Yeah. And Sean's like basically like, you guys got to behave for Felicia and all this stuff. And they're like,
he had a really valid point because Felicia's going through hell now, and all you argue about Lucas.
Right. Every time it's funny. But it was funny. They were like, all right. And
I love Sean in this storyline. I can't stand Tiffany. Like, I usually like Tiffany. I can't stand her right now.
Yeah, me neither. I can't either. They had a really good conversation, Sean and Tiffany, too. Well, he did. But Tiffany's not hearing it.
Tiffany, I feel like this isn't like the Tiffany I remember. So I guess it's before, but.
I'm excited for it to turn around. Some point.
It's like she's not dealing with her grief, and this is what she's focusing on to like distract her from her grief.
Yeah, that's probably what it is.
Maybe when this all culminates, she'll have a breakdown and actually like deal with the fact that her sister's gone.
Oh yeah, it gets much worse, but
no.
It always gets worse before it gets better. They say.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, seriously, because this is brutal to watch.
So Bill is gonna go to Paris.
Paris, technically, but not really Paris.
Right.
So he has a conversation with Sly about it, and does Sly think? So they're not only trying to make Halifax think that they're broken up, Holly and Bill, because they keep making up these fights because the bedroom's bugged. And they blast music so that they can have sex and not have him not hear it.
Yeah. That was so silly.
There was one, I don't know if it was a mess up because like the bed wasn't cooperating, but when they like blasted the music, Bill was like trying to pull it down and like it was just the frame, it wasn't the actual mattress, and he had to like, so I don't know if it wasn't cooperating or if that was scripted.
Probably wasn't cooperating. They have set issues all the time.
I think they're funny with this, but like I don't care about the story. I don't care about your stupid painting.
Yeah, like I feel like it's gonna lead somewhere though with what's his name? Randolph Mantooth.
Richard Halifax, yeah.
Richard, yes.
Yeah, I was reading the message boards from 1992. Like, no one was interested in this story back then either. Or 93,
yeah. There were message boards back then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There were.
Huh.
AOL. And
really?
There was one called Media Domain that I used to go on.
Where did you find these?
Archives.
The archives.
Yeah.
That's my new favorite website. I've been finding a lot of good stuff on there.
Yeah, I find a lot of good one-line delivery information on there too, Eric.
I find like sometimes I'll find like random episodes posted there, like the Internet Archive.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's my new resource.
Yeah, right.
So I guess they're trying to make everybody think that they're broken up.
Yeah.
Because now they're actually starting to fight in public.
Yeah, Holly tells Julia, but of course he's following them. This dude.
Mm-hmm.
Not very well either.
Jenny offers to take Sly in, and she's like, I'm sorry it didn't work out with you and Holly. And he's like, oh, there must be something in the water. It didn't work out with you and Ned, and now it didn't work out with me and Holly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And who's watching Sly? Is Jenny watching Sly? Like,
I don't know who. Maybe Ruby was gonna, but then Jenny offered.
Okay.
So, and he was like, oh, he'd like that. So I think she's gonna take him.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I really got on that. I don't really care about that art storyline at all. It looks like Halifax is like I actually like start scrolling on my phone because I don't care about that. But it looks like Halifax is trying to date Holly.
Yeah. I feel like Halifax has some kind of vendetta against Bill that we don't know about yet. I feel like there's some kind of like, this is some kind of revenge
that makes sense.
He has against him. But I don't know what it is.
So I thought Lucy at one point told him when Holly and Bill pulled one over on her. So I'm like, okay, so is he going to be on to them now? Like, because he found out that information?
Yeah.
But he didn't really seem to be thinking that.
Mm-hmm.
At least from what we saw. Yeah.
Well, I don't have anything else to add unless you guys do.
Bobby hired Marco. Did we say that?
Yeah.
What did she hire him for?
To dig up dirt on Tiffany.
To look into Tiffany's past.
He's not a good private investigator, though. He happens upon things by accident.
I know, right?
Well, he was really stalking her though at the hospital to try to get a job. Like he must really want this job. He was like,
he probably likes being a detective or trying to be a detective.
I guess
with his Pink Panther music.
He would not leave her alone. He was like waiting around. The nurse was like, "Sir, can I help you?" She's like, "No, I'm just waiting for somebody."
He seemed interested in Amy too.
Yeah. And there was that scene with Amy and what's her name, the other nurse, and Alan bought them champagne and they were dancing at the back.
To Queen of the Night.
Yeah.
From the Bodyguard soundtrack.
That was pretty funny. But I was like, is Alan the chief of staff at this point?
I don't
know, because if he is, that's unprofessional. If he's hanging out with nurses. But I know he's the chief of staff eventually. I don't know. No, Steve Hardy's still chief of staff. He's still alive. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, right. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
We had a scene with Tom Hardy and his wife's name is Simone.
Simone, yes.
She's kind of on Ryan's side.
Yeah.
On leashes, and it's kind of like a strain on their relationship right now. And she's like, why can't we just like agree to disagree?
Yeah, this is like the most we've seen them, I feel like. Because we see them like sporadically.
I guess they're recurring. I don't know. Like, we don't see them that often.
Right.
Or their baby. They have a baby.
Oh, really?
Tommy, yeah. He was at Christmas.
Has Tommy ever been on as an adult? No.
No, they all disappeared in the 90s.
Oh, wow.
Matthew Ashford and whoever played Simone, the recast, and then, they're all gone. They can bring them all back. They're important characters, I think. They were Hardys, so.
So Matthew Ashford left days in October of 93, so this year in October. So I guess he either came on at the end of 93 as Tom.
I think he doesn't come on in 94.
94? Yeah, because he was there for BJ's Heart.
Yeah.
So maybe it's early 94 he comes on?
Yeah, maybe.
I never got to see that whole BJ's Heart storyline. I only seen like the 1 or 2 episodes around it. So it'd be cool to see like
it's rough.
I didn't even have history with the characters, and it was rough for me. Like I was like sobbing.
Yeah,
right.
And I also didn't realize that Miguel, Ricky Martin, was like in it.
Rescued her, yeah.
He, like rescued her, yeah.
Oh, sorry, spoilers.
What do you think's going to happen with Ryan? I don't know. I don't know where it's going.
I don't know because I don't know how
busted.
I know what happens later. I don't know what in the next like couple months.
Yeah, I know
what's gonna happen.
I know it happens in like 96, but
yeah,
I don't know when early on.
I don't know because I don't know how we get to Kevin.
Kevin doesn't show up till the end of 93, so we got a lot of time.
We got time.
Kevin, yeah,
we had a while.
Yeah.
So then it's like, are we just gonna coast with Ryan getting away with everything to like November sweeps?
Yeah,
right.
Well, Ryan's already locked up at this point. Then Kevin comes on, and then they meet Kevin. And everyone thinks Ryan's out, and they freak out. It's actually really fun.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
I like that. That's fun.
Yeah, too.
Sorry, that's a spoiler, but yeah.
Great. Well, I'll probably forget by what is it?
Yeah,
November.
All right. Well, anything else before we wrap this up?
No.
There was a scene with Tracy and Marco at Kelly's, and I don't know if you guys noticed this, but they went upstairs for some reason, but I never caught on to why they went upstairs, and they didn't show it.
Yeah, he said he had something to show her.
Yeah, and we didn't.
But he didn't want to do it there, and because I did take note of that, I was like, oh, it's weird that Tracy is hanging out here and like going up to one of the rooms. I'm like, that doesn't feel like her.
No, it was just a weird moment that I was like, did I miss something here?
Yeah, that may have been towards the end, so maybe we didn't see. Maybe they didn't show us yet.
And I like that we're seeing the beginning of Dominique and Lucy's friendship towards the end of the run, because I think I like their friendship, so it's going to be good.
Yeah.
Okay.
The beginning of the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Something needs to happen with Brenda because I don't like her right now.
Yeah, now she's stalking Jagger, which is weird.
Do you think if she shows up to the cabin, he's just gonna like have sex with her because she's there?
I don't know. I feel like he doesn't like her now, but anything's possible.
But I feel like she'll get in his head, like, you know, it didn't work out with her, and she didn't want to be with you, obviously.
Right.
She'll like use that to get him in bed or something.
Maybe. I don't know.
I don't think she'll get him back. I don't know.
No, I don't think so either, because I mean, I know Jagger comes back. Like, I mean, he's not gone for long.
Right.
So.
When's he on till 95?
No, 94. Early 94.
Oh. Yeah. Sooner than
they're gone before the BJ thing.
He comes back though, right? When Stone's dying.
95. He comes back.
And when does their sister come on?
94, I think. Maybe. Maybe
we're so far. Like we're so close, but so far.
Always go.
It feels like so much has to happen. When does
we have a lot of good stuff coming in the next couple of months, so I'm excited for the Lucas custody trial next month. That should be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I already know the outcome, but I want to see what happens.
Yeah.
But I do like that's one of my favorite story right now is probably the Lucas custody. You know, like Bobby and Tiffany going at each other. It's fun to watch, even though Tiffany's absolutely crazy.
I like that, and Dominique and Scotty.
Yeah, and Scotty.
Maybe Jagger will come back for the Valentine's Day dance, and him and Karen will be the king and queen of the dance.
Well, Jagger doesn't go to school there, so I don't know if that'll work.
Yeah. But maybe he'll show up to the dance anyway. And
I mean, that's
scare her away or something.
Yeah, that'd be kind of
scare her away.
On his motorcycle.
And then Jason will be like, What happened? Where'd you go?
Yeah, right.
All right, anything else?
Man. Ooh. No, I think that's it.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us for another 2 weeks worth of 1993. We've officially finished January, so next time we're starting February sweeps.
Oh shit.
So I guess things are going to start to amp up a little bit for some stories. As always, you can find us on all the socials and on Patreon at Queers and Soaps. And until next time, have a great night.
Good day.
Bye.